Okay, FEMA, Washington State Department of Emergency Management, the Jefferson County Department of Emergency Management, the Neighborhood Preparedness Organization, which I'm part of, that's trying to get 150 neighborhood organized in the county, all encourage you all to have family and individual emergency response plans. Now, Heidi and I have been putting together our plan, and it's about 70% done, and when it gets completed, I'm going to share it with, how many people here are not on Nextdoor? Okay, so a few of you aren't. Are you on the IO group?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll all get covered. I was sending out a message that will include a link to a copy of our plan that I'll show you here. It's 17 pages long. 4 of those pages deal with emergency response. The remaining pages deal with how to prepare for that emergency response. So it's resources you would need in order to prepare your document. And I will send out a link to a template, which is a copy of the plan you're going to see, or a variation of it. I'm going to show you how I quickly get to our plan. I want it to be fast. I'm using my phone. I encourage most of you to use your phone. But we have made paper copies. Heidi has one in her handbook. We have one in our emergency preparedness box under our bed. We have one in the car. This is the one I have. This is the envelope for the one in the car. I have links to all of our families and friends to this document. So anytime I make a change to it, they'll all see the changes, and if they need to reprint it, they can. What I'm going to show you now is how I access it on my Facebook page, on my internet cell phone on Google Drive. So when I start off, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see that multicolored triangle. That's the Google Drive icon. If you don't have Google Drive on your phone, then go to either your Apple or your Google Play app store and ask for Google Drive and then install it. And you want to try to get it on your first home page that comes up when you access your phone. So I'm going to click on that link now. And it's going to take me to a bunch of Google Drive folders that I've set up. Now, if you just started with your Google Drive, you're probably not going to have any You're probably not going to have any of these Google Drive folders out there or any Google Docs. But as you become acquainted with Google Drive and probably want to share more information on your Google Drive, you're going to want to create Google Drive folders on this Google Drive and then put documents within it. So so here's the first top line here is the offline emergency prep docs that you see. And I put a 1 in front of it because it sorts by alphabetical on the Google Drives. I have a lot of Google Drive folders on here. So I want that offline emergency plans doc to appear first. So I put a 1 in front of it. I have offline personal docs as well, but not necessarily emergency. So I also put a 1 in front of that. I'm going to click on that drive, the offline emergency prep docs, and bring up our Hubbard's emergency response plan. If I click on that, here's the plan. I'm going to rotate it so it's a little clearer. I'm going to click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner and go into document outline mode. And this you can see, this is the outline of the 17 pages. So I come down into this, let's say an emergency happened. We have earthquake, Heidi happens to be in the Tri-Area Community Center, Plain Bridge. I've left her there. I go into Port Townsend, we're both separated. What do you do when that emergency happens? So I go down and I look. It says we are separated away from home and at different places. So I click on that. It takes me down into my document where I have imagined what it would be like under those circumstances and what do I want to see when I go into my phone to that document in that location to see what I need to do. So Immediate actions I take: do not call 911 unless a life-threatening emergency. If it's a power outage, you do such and such. If it's a fire, you do such and such. If it's a tsunami, you do such and such. And then I got what's happening, what information to get, what cell towers are jammed to start using texting. So I'm developing this and building it up. It's not complete, as I said. If I go down further into the outline, you'll see we were separated, and then one of us is away from home. We're okay, check our neighbors. Neighborhoods are okay, check other islanders. Islanders are okay, check nearby communities. Those are things I'm going to develop as we go along. That's the response section. Everything else that I'm going to be showing you is the preparedness section. What I needed to do, look and find the resources to develop the 4 pages of responses. So we've got this is information that would be part of the template I would send you. Is either create a Google Drive folder to contain the template that I would send you. I'm not going to read all of these. I'm just going to give you a general lay of the land. Check out these resources to customize your plan. Local references, county references, Washington state references, federal references, Google searches. And then prepare yourself, your friends at home, prepare yourself, get important documents. So this gives you an idea of things that you need to start collecting. And there'll be links in there to other templates that I've created that you could use to add to your emergency file. As you go down, prepare friends, relatives, and neighbors. One of the key things I'm going to have a problem with is if Heidi is at the tri-area and I'm somewhere else, and my daughter's in Harwich, Massachusetts, and says, what is going on? And the telephone service is not working. Texting might be available. So I have another document that I use to text to my daughter, friends and relatives about our status. Like, we're okay, don't worry about us, or we moved to this location or whatever. I think that in the January session, I will go through that out-of-area contact spreadsheet that I have to show you how you can quickly dial a number, copy into texting, dial a number, paste that text into the text and send it off. I've already tested this out with my daughter in Harwich and it works fine. Then you got prepare your home. What do you have to do in your home to get ready? Then I have prepare your vehicles and other considerations. So that's essentially what we put together. As I said, 70% done. I hope maybe another month or two it will be completely done, and then we can share it with everybody. I'm now going to quickly show you how you could set this up for yourself. So once again, before I do that, I'm going to show you how I quickly got to all that. So I click on the icon, I go to emergency offlines, I go to Hubbard emergency, and I come down here and say, we're separated and away from home, and I'm right there. So within 5 seconds, I had gotten to my plan. Had you had this on paper, filed away somewhere in your house or in your car, you may have a hard time finding. So, I'm going to go back out. So if you have a Google Drive and you want to set up your own, then you hit the new button down at the bottom right, hit new, and you want to set a folder together. So I'm going to dictate it here, 0- emergency prep docs. Okay, so I've created that document. Now it sits out there. Now if I click on it, then I'm going to emergency prep docs. See, there's nothing here. So what I can do is I'm going to go to my offline emergency doc that I prepared and pretend now that this is the template that I sent you. I'm going to go to the 3 dots in the upper right hand corner, and I'm going to go to share and export and say make a copy. It asks me where do I want to make the copy. My drive, I want to put it in the new document I just created, the new Google folder rather, this one here. I say select and OK. It's now copying that 17-page document out here. And now this is in that folder I just created. So within a couple of seconds, once I give you the template link, you can create your own version. Go in there and change anything you want, or customize it to your needs. Now, I've shown this to you with being in with Wi-Fi or cell tower. If I clicked on airplane mode, and I had previously set up that Google Doc for our emergency preparedness plan. And I'll go back to it so you can see it. You're now looking at it because it's on my phone. It's not in the cloud. It's offline. So the cell towers are down. You still have access on this. As long as you have gone up to those three dots and said available offline, this option here, and click that. Okay, it says available. It's it is offline. I can get it without the cell tower. Any questions?
You're just going to need extra space on your phone to do that, but the beauty of Google Docs, what I love is you can update stuff and it's going to automatically update anywhere in your Google Docs. So it's like a live document.
Yeah.
So I love Google Docs for that reason.
Good. We need to talk. I think this only takes about a quarter of a meg of space, and I've got, I think, 65 gigabytes on my phone. Most of you have got at least several gigabytes.
And you can do it on your computer and then just get the app on your phone.
Yeah, I have like 6 devices, including my wife. She could be looking at the same document, watching me changing. Matter of fact, she has a cousin down in Vancouver. She's having a cousin that's having mailing problems with their email program. So it says, why don't you guys try a Google Doc? And my wife doesn't like the computer that much, or the Google Drive, and they're both advanced age, let's say. But the other woman said, I'll give it a try. They've been communicating with this Google Doc ever since. And for the first time my wife was looking on there, her cousin writes at nighttime and Heidi writes during the day. And she's watching her cousin typing there in the Google Doc.